Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and this is the CSB Holy Land Illustrated Bible. So I'm really excited about this Bible because it's kind of bittersweet for me. I had a trip to Israel with my wife and some family members planned this summer that we had to cancel because of COVID-19 and global travel restrictions. And it was kind of a graduation gift because I was finishing seminary, and we were so excited, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, to go into, I'm actually getting emotional thinking of it, to walk where Jesus walked, and to be in the places where these scriptures happened, and to just experience that in a real way, in the context of the people and the places. And so I'm hopeful that we'll get to go and do that one day. But this Bible is kind of it doesn't replace that, but it's really neat to have something where the whole idea of this Bible is a visual exploration of the people and the places and the things in the Bible, the Holy Land Illustrated Bible. I've got here the hardcover edition. They also made it in a leather touch, as well as a goatskin leather. For those of you who are wondering, the goatskin is the new nice goatskin, and the upgraded that CSB used for the verse-by-verse Bible earlier this year. My friend Shane got one and said that it's really impressive. So I'm glad to have this. It's a really cool Bible. Let's take a look. Okay, so again, this is the hardcover edition. It's got this slipcase, but it's nice two-tone hardcover. Looks really great. They also have some imitation leather editions of this Bible available, as well as a genuine leather, which is what they call it, but it's a goatskin cover that's really nice, really well done. This is a big Bible. It's 6 3/4 inches wide by 9 inches tall, and it's just a little bit thicker than 2 inches thick. So it's a big boy. It feels like a big study Bible reference edition thing that you're going to keep at your desk. But you see there, Holy Land Illustrated Bible, a visual explanation of the people, places, and things of Scripture. I learned a lot when I was in youth ministry about visual learners. And sometimes, when you stand up and talk to people and you just talk at them, if you're a visual learner, that's not really great for everybody. And so something like this is really kind of capturing the imagination of people who are visual learners, which I think is really cool. This is the 2017 text of the Christian Standard Bible. There's your different editions there. The leather touches are what they call the leather-like Bibles, and then the premium black genuine leather is the goatskin edition. Holy Land Illustrated Bible, there's all your information, your introduction, the features of this Bible. So you get a big long book introduction for every single book. I love that. You get over 1,200 images, maps, illustrations that really just fill this Bible with tons of different information and pictures, which I think is really great. Digging deeper sections, so there are little call outs about different places and artifacts that are important to the Bible. And then articles, kind of 275 full-length articles that are deeper insight that you can study specific things in different ways. So here's your study Bible articles. There's a list of which topics they're about, who wrote them, and then what page they're on. So if you're like, hey, which ones, you can find out which things have articles in here. Information about the contributors. There you get your introduction to the Christian Standard Bible, that optimal equivalence thing that they talk about, very much worth your reading. And then you get into the Bible. You see this Bible is really easy. It lays flat. Genesis. There's your book introduction, and then we get into the text. So it's a 2-column text. They do have textual notes at the bottom of the page. This is a 9.5-point font. It is line matched, so on the pages where it's just text and text, which there are pages like this, it just looks like a normal Bible. This is like a real big, broad, 2 columns, 9.5-point font. There's a little bit of color that's accenting it, so it's very easy to read. Bold section headings, and then you see the bottom right of each page is where they put the different textual notes and things like that. But then you have these full color illustrations throughout the Bible. So just as you're reading, you get to go in and find out different things. It's like you're on your own archaeological dig studying the scriptures, and just lots of different stuff. And I don't have anything specifically picked out that I want to show you, other than to say it's just this throughout the entire Bible. So really well designed, so much content. That's what it's just is so much content that feels like if you were going to a history museum, artifacts, things like that. And for me, that's just a really great way to understand what I'm reading, because these are narratives that took place thousands of years ago in a world that is very much unlike our own. And so to have whatever we can to kind of understand that context a little bit better, I think that helps us really discover the true meaning of the texts, but then also to figure out how we can apply them to our lives, we have to understand that context. So look at this, Gethsemane. So we really get into the life of Jesus. Like if I had been able to take that trip to Israel, some of the places that I would have been able to go and to see, that's in this Bible. So for those of you who say, man, I'm never going to be able to make it over to Israel, this is a great way for you to soak in some of that. Sheep and the shepherd. There's so many verses and texts about shepherds and sheep, and there's meaning, and when we understand culturally how that played out, see, it's just really, really cool. So you see some of the famous churches that have been built on holy sites throughout Israel. You get a bunch of really great maps and things like that in here. Again, just understanding visually the stories, the people, the places of the Bible. This is just a really cool opportunity to do that. At the very back of this Bible, just, you notice there's no cross-references. There are a couple ribbons here. There's no cross-references, but you do get at the back of the Bible a concordance. So I'll take you to the end of Revelation. And I did note that it was line matched where the text is, on one page and the other, but even where there's images on the other side, it's good paper where it's not really distracting. I mean, you can see that something's on the other side of the page, but it's really easy to read. So at the end of Revelation, we get a table of weights and measures, pretty classic Bible stuff, and then a 3-column concordance here at the back. Really well done, easy to use, looks pretty good. And then at the end of the concordance, the credits, the art credits, of course. Give credit where credit is due, and then you get these really full page, lovely texture Bible maps at the very back of the Bible. These are big because the Bible's big. Really great map. You can use this just to grab these back here and check them out. Great Bible, so many features. It's big, but it's fun. I'm stoked to have this. So there you have it. It's the CSB Holy Land Illustrated Bible. What a cool tool for when you're studying the Bible. Maybe you're not going to use this as your everyday, all the time Bible, but as you're studying a text in your favorite Bible, a study Bible or a reader or whatever you have, you can then grab this Bible and open it up and see if there's any articles or illustrations that help you kind of just immerse yourself more in the context of Scripture. I think this is really cool. It obviously doesn't replace a trip to Israel, and I hope I get to do that one day, but it's really cool to have this in my Bible library to use as I study. As always, you can see more of this Bible at BibleReviewBlog.com. I've got a full write-up there as well as some great photos. While you're here on YouTube, if you want to hit the like button and help me reach more people by liking and subscribing to this channel, that would be awesome. And definitely check out Bible Review Blog on Instagram and Facebook. We've got some great community and fun things happening there as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.